Daniel Gaylor. I'm a graduating senior at the Florida State University, majoring in information technology. Today I will provide you with a brief introductory tutorial on using the emacs text editor. Because Unix and Linux operating systems are based upon files, specifically configuration files, it's important that anyone interested in administering these systems become proficient with using a text editor, and Emacs is one of the most robust text editors available. So today I will cover some of the basics of using this text editor for those who have never used it before. We'll cover such topics as installing Emacs, opening and closing Emacs, opening and closing files, searching files, saving files, opening multiple buffers in one Emacs windows, opening a shell in Emacs, and opening a manual page in Emacs. So hopefully by the end of this tutorial, you'll have a ground-based knowledge with which to run with and continue to learn the program. Okay, so first, I'm going to show you how to install Emacs because Emacs is not included on most Linux Unix distributions. If you're using a Red Hat-based distribution, you first want to become root by typing su dash, typing in your root password, then you type yum install Emacs. Once you have Emacs installed, you can open it by simply typing emacs-nw for no window, which will open it in the terminal. As you can see, the help screen is displayed, and it shows you where you can go to get more help, such as the Emacs manual or the Emacs tutorial. As you can see, the control key is a very important key. In order to get help, you hold down, and to close Emacs, you hold down Control, you press X. As you can see, it comes up in the bottom left-hand corner of the status window, and then you press C. That closes Emacs. Now, to create a new file in Emacs, you would simply type emacs, name of the file, .text, and then dash new window, and that will create that file within Emacs. Now, at the same time, if you want to save a file, you hold down Control, press X, then press S. If you want to save a file as or save it under a different name, you hold down Control, press X, then you press W. You can write it as a different name. Now, to close Emacs, you hold down Control, press X, then press C. And as you can see here, File 1 and File 2 are both now on my hard disk. Now, to open one of those files, you could type emacs and then the name of the file, dash new window. Now, if you wanted to open File 1 once you've already opened Emacs, you hold down Control, press X, then press F. That allows you to find a file. As you can see the bottom status window where you can type the name of the file, file1.txt. That opens up File 1. Now I'm going to go over cutting, pasting, and undoing. So how do you cut and paste? Well, to cut in Emacs, you hold down Control and press K. To paste, hold down Control, press Y. Paste it in there a few times. Now to undo, you hold down Control, hold down Shift, then press underscore. That'll undo. Now another couple commands here. If you want to move to the beginning of a line, you can hold down Control and press A. If you want to move to the end of the line, you can hold down Control and press E. So if you wanted to move to the beginning of this line here, you can Control A, and let's say you wanted to cut it, Control K, wanted to move down a couple lines, paste it, Control Y, then you decide you didn't want to do that, Control Shift underscore undo. And then to save the whole thing, Control XS, then to quit, Control XC. Now another couple more advanced features within Emacs. Searching, for instance. Let's say you wanted to search the Emacs help screen. Hold down Control, press S. That brings up the iSearch. You can type Emacs, it'll highlight every instance of Emacs, and then to move between them, Control S. Now let's say you wanted to open up multiple buffers or multiple files in a single Emacs window. Well, in order to do that, hold down Control, press X, and then press 2. That'll open up a secondary or horizontal window. To open up a third vertical window, hold down Control, press X, press 3. To get back to a single window, hold down Control, press X1. Now to move between buffer windows, Control XO. Now as you can see, the window is kind of repeating itself there. So if you want to open up a new file in that buffer, you simply hold down Control, press X, F, file 1, text. Now file 1 is in that buffer. Hold down Control, press X, F, file 2.text. File 2 is now in that buffer. File 1, file 2. Again, Control XO switches between buffers. To get back to a single buffer, Control X1. Now let's say you wanted to open a shell in Emacs. You press the meta key, which is usually Escape or Alt, X, then type shell. That will open up a shell. And let's say you wanted to open a manual page within Emacs, because often the default manual view is VI, which is kind of cumbersome. So if you wanted to use Emacs, meta key, X, manual, entry, enter, and then type the name of the manual, in this case, Emacs. That'll open up the Emacs. Control X1 brings it up into a single buffer. Well, this has been a brief introductory tutorial into the basic uses of Emacs. As I've said, Emacs is a very advanced program, so this should provide you with a foundation or baseline with which to continue its use.